I'm Lee.
I'm Jala Sue. Hi.
And today we have story time once again, and we're going to tell you a story about how I was approached by Homeland Security.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. for being a possible drug mule, okay?
This one.
Do I look like a drug mule? First of all, I don't know what a drug mule is.
No comment.
So.
Sorry. I mean, no, she doesn't.
No, but when Allie called me to tell me that, because it was on our way out to LA, this, for us to be here now, and she's like, bro, I just got approached by Homeland Security, and they asked me how much cash I had on you, and I was like, what?
Well, I'm using the word approached lightly. I got swarmed by Homeland Security. And
Four dudes.
Four dudes.
Yeah.
They're massive guys. I'm like I'm tiny in person. He was yeah, I mean, right, he was like, hey, if you're watching, what's up? No, but seriously, it was mad intimidating. I don't get intimidated easily. It's more like my fight or flight response kicks in. So I was like immediately just like, oh fuck. You know,
well, that's good though. Like you're just like minding your business. You said you
had AirPods in, so
like,
I'm like completely disconnected from everything. And I'm walking onto the tarmac. Tarmac?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm getting on there, and so there was nobody in front of me, nobody behind me, and at that point, I was like, I saw these guys at the end here, and I was like, oh no, they're here for me. And I'm not one of those people who like sees a cop and is like, oh no, I've done something. I'm immediately like, I have not done anything, you know? And so I walk up to them and they're like, oh, hi, miss. Could we talk to you for just a second? And by the way, this is actually the second time. That's what makes this funny, is this is the second time
my mind.
I've been approached.
This is your second time.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm just this like silly little girl who doesn't do anything crazy.
You need a lawyer on call.
Like on call. I
Right?
should just picked up the phone
Lawyer.
and like, you know what,
I
here,
know.
I'll talk to me.
Well, I know, but I did, like, the one thing, I mean, to continue your story, but like the one thing that you did that I probably would not have is they asked to search your bag, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that, I don't have anything, so no, you're not going to search my bag. And me, I would have been like, oh, like, go ahead, like,
It's already gone
beware.
through TSA, right?
Right.
They already scanned it. They've already
she's
did
already gone through
everything. So
security,
why?
so it just
No,
doesn't
why
make
would I
any
let you?
sense.
You've already done everything.
I was in my second airport, so I'd already been through like multiple everythings, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the first time I had been stopped, it was maybe a year and a half ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I did let him search my bag because I was like, I'll search my bag, take me off whatever list I've fallen on for some reason, and cool. And then, but this time I was like, okay, if you're not going to take me off the list, then absolutely not. Like, no need to search my bag for nothing. In front of all these people, by the way. And it's like, oh, I look like a complete fucking criminal.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you're not.
Or
like,
celebrity.
Yeah, all right.
You're going the celebrity route, yeah. But the one thing too, Allie said was that they're like, oh, you're so beautiful.
That was interesting.
And that really caught me off. I was like, wait, what? Like, they're asking you about, are you carrying drugs or how much cash do you have? But by the way, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
It was
said in a very interesting way too, so it kind of threw me. I was like, wait, is he hitting on me or is he being sarcastic? Like, am I fucking hot? I don't know. It's just like,
wait, which one said you
it was the good looking one. And so, yeah.
I'm
going to lean towards hopefully he was flirting with me. I don't know. I feel like you're not supposed to do that on the job. I got to call
Like for like Jamie Foxx, you've been pranked.
Yeah.
I
like looking around like, wait a
gosh.
minute. Somebody should jump out with cameras any minute. You're on candid camera. But no, it was absolutely crazy because it was the second time. And when I first started talking to them, I even started by saying, guys, I just want to let you know, I've been through this with you all before. I'm not a drug mule. Like, just thinking we'll just wrap it up quickly, you know? And he said, you've not been through this with us before, meaning those specific men, you know? And I was like,
felt like hot chicks.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe I might be like that.
Maybe.
But no, he was like, he said, so what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm traveling. I'm a model. I work. I go back and forth. I said, follow me on Instagram.
I love
see
that
what
you
I do.
said that.
Saying,
Follow me on Instagram. Did they? I hope they did.
I wouldn't know.
You
I
should
can't
look for 'em.
see, you know.
I know. It's like, pointless
too hard.
to scroll and look through.
But I definitely was like, guys, it's like, seriously? So they asked me, what are you doing? What do you do for a living? I said, I'm a model. I'm traveling. And I said, I'm definitely not a drug mule. And I was trying to make light with them. I thought that would be a good way of going about it.
That's all you can do.
Homeland Security officers aren't funny like that. They're not like lightweight, so that didn't hit. It was just me standing there like fucking missing the
You're
mark
trying to
over
make
and
some
over.
humor
Yeah.
out
No,
of it,
so
and they're
tell a
like,
joke
"This
and wait
is
for the
shit."
laugh and like,
Yeah, they're dry as fuck. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
cue laughter. So,
you should do
and
that
that's
on your
what
own
they
phone,
said.
like, put a laughter on there, like, tell a joke, like, laughter.
Oh
it's just
my
me
God.
and me laughing
Yeah.
with myself. And then that's when he said, I said, I'm definitely not a drug mule. And he
Yeah.
said, oh, a pretty girl like you wouldn't be a drug mule, would you? And I was
Aw.
like,
Yeah, that's
I don't
weird.
understand. I don't understand what's happening.
I mean, I imagine, like, I've seen movies and you know,
Right.
people that have like stories of like real life stuff where drug mule.
I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't
It's
really-
happened. I have watched a lot, but where you know, and it'd be like an unassuming kind of a person, but like for you to have it, like, I think they were honestly hitting on you.
I don't feel
I
like
really
I'm
feel like-
unassuming.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm very loud in my presence.
If they're not hitting on you, for one, right? Like, and
Maybe they
they're-
were hitting
why are
on
they,
Allie. I
why are
don't
they ice-
know.
why
I
are they
mean, and if it
isolating
was
her?
the hot one, I wouldn't be surprised if they all followed her on Instagram.
That'd be nice.
But just bizarre, you know, like what an experience. And you handled it, like the story that you know, when you explained it, like you're like, they asked to check your bag and you're like, no, you may not. And I'm like, damn, good for you. I was like, wait, you can do that? You can say like, no, you can't go in my bag. And I
Right.
guess it'd be like, you probably have to get a warrant or like go get a dog and sniff my bag.
Well, you would
know,
think
or
that.
whatever.
I always hear
Like-
at the airport, they always play the thing over the intercom where they're saying like, you can, once you walk in the airport, your bags are liable to be checked or something like that. Have
Yeah,
you
for,
heard
like
that?
natural, right? That's
Yeah.
a normal thing. Like,
So I
whatever.
feel like being on their property, they have a right to look. I don't know, but I just told them no, and they said, okay, all we can do is ask. So I was like, oh, fucking right.
Which is, I know, which is so interesting. So I don't know, maybe they were helping their bro out. Like,
Maybe.
maybe he's eyeballed you a couple times. Because you travel so much, maybe he sees you and they were helping him out.
I'm
I
sure
bet
that's
you
what
they
it
were
was.
helping this hottie out to meet her. Fuck yeah, that's what, listen, we just solved the crime.
we solved
We just
the
solved
crime.
the fucking crime. Like
I
Scooby-Doo
love
here.
Okay, well, if anybody knows who he is,
If you
No, I'm
follow
kidding.
her on Instagram and you're watching this, send her a DM.
no, he was way too intimidating. No, he was like,
How big were his muscles?
not bigger than mine.
Oh.
No, I actually don't retain that kind of information. So like, I have
Oh, I
no
do.
recollection of like what somebody looks like facially.
like face
or
stuff.
bodily.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, fuck.
I literally just
remember,
don't remember.
I remember muscles like. God, I see muscle and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to like squeeze.
There's some things I can remember. But it was very, I think the thing that bothered me about it was the overbearing energy that I couldn't place.
That's some heavy
You know?
male energy coming at you. Plus, they have guns.
Exactly.
And they're big dudes with their, you know, their, I'm sure they have
Suits.
like, their suits and their, what do
You
you
know
call
what? They
them?
were
The,
actually dressed a little bit
bulletproof
more
stuff.
casually.
Oh, they were?
They were more like
Oh,
low
wow.
key, and that's
Okay.
what also I was like, oh.
Interesting.
So, do you think they followed you in through the TSA checkpoints?
No, I really don't know because I started off in one airport and they got to me at the next airport.
Yeah, so not
That's
there,
weird.
but because you
I
didn't
wouldn't
have to
have
go
gone to
through
that
the
TSA.
TSA again.
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
Right.
Well, okay, so another
Okay.
thing I
That's
think that
another
you
thing.
should do is just get your TSA pre-check. Boom. Walk right through. I love it. I don't take my shoes off.
Right. Yeah.
I
that's
like,
nice. But
whatever.
I did say to him, I was like,
Yeah.
I've literally already been through security and I have this bag. So if I'm good,
Yeah.
then like why would I stop now? Why are you stopping me? And I still don't
Yeah.
know. I don't literally know why they stopped me.
Well, that goes back to my theory. I think they were helping him out.
We're gonna go with that theory.
But
because I need
so
to
how did it start with like? Because
trying to hook
were there
your brother
people
up.
like in
This
front
is
of
what was
you,
going
like
on.
you're in line and they pulled you aside, or like how did?
So I didn't really notice it, but I could tell, like, as I was scanning my ticket, there wasn't anybody in front of me for a while. So they had, like, held me. They didn't, like, hold me, but they let a bunch of people go. And then I kind of waited for a second, did my ticket. And then by the time I got to where the guys were waiting, that's when I realized, oh, shit, there's nobody, like, 40 feet in front of me or 40 feet behind me. So I'm cornered, basically. Yeah. And
Sorry.
I just, it was, but like I said, I'd already been through it once, so I super already knew, and I
Very-
didn't have any, it's like, it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to make light of it. I was like, guys,
Yeah.
surely we can all agree that this is silly, right? And apparently we did not all agree on that, but.
Yeah. But it is interesting that you said, no, you can't look in my bag, and then they let you go.
Right. They just straight up let me go.
So this backs up my theory.
What I'm wondering is if I look like a threat at the airport, what would a real threat look like? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are they not talking to the real threats? They used 4 people on me, and I'm not a threat.
Yeah, but I think there's all different kinds of. It can be anybody. It could be, you know, you wouldn't know. The most
But
beautiful
statistically speaking,
woman.
stopping me twice,
Yeah.
using 4 different people, 2 different times,
Yeah.
that's 8 people. It's a lot of money. They have to pay those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they
That's
have to
called a
quota of
waste
how
of
many people they
budget.
stop. You know, like police have to meet a quota every month of how many cars they pull over. So it's
I
probably
have
a very
fucking
similar
quota.
thing. Your quota. They have to. I'm sure it's very similar. I could ask my brother. He
No, that
was a
makes
sheriff for a
sense.
long time, so and I know that like at the end of the month, if they hadn't pulled over so many people, then they had to like.
So you think each
That's-
airport
yeah.
has their own thing, and then because is it triggered by them scanning, and then it's like random because this is your second time? So is it in the TSA system
I
somewhere?
think that they track the flights as soon as you book them, actually, because the first time it happened to me, they met me at the first airport that I was at. I'd
Yeah.
still already gone through TSA and all that, but they knew the airport I was starting at, where I was going. They had all the information, so that was what was
Of course.
interesting. They
Yeah.
had all the information, but they haven't done the due diligence of like literally just Googling my name. I'm like, just
Yeah.
Google me, and
Yeah.
like, you'll find out that I'm just like a regular person.
Well, exactly.
Way
And
too
so
normal.
I don't know. I think they just think you're hot, as you are, and they were trying to hook their friend up.
Well, and I appreciate that. If that's the truth, I'm gonna go with that. Like,
I hope that that's the truth. I'd like to think that. But again, you know, also, I mean, there is a beauty to what they do because they protect us in the skies from people who are doing bad shit, right? So we're staying safe. We can fly home, get home safe to our loved ones and all of that good stuff, and that's good. But there's also a huge drug problem. So, you know, if they're doing that stuff, if they're asking for stuff like that, like, you know, I don't know.
you know,
But it's pretty wild.
I was gonna say, I think we go into the drug problem and how it's taken over on another episode.
Okay.
That's a whole different thing.
Okay, I like that. Mhm.
But we can definitely go into that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, well, maybe it's because you're coming from where you're coming from to a state that allows certain drugs
And I do think
that are
Kentucky
legal,
is,
and you go to a state, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure, yeah.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
I don't know.
Well,
maybe.
I think, like I was
I
saying,
don't
the part for me that was not great, it starts to feel like harassment. Because
Yeah.
why are they doing it? I
Yeah.
don't know, you know?
Mhm.
I can't necessarily stop it. So it's like, what the fuck?
Actually,
It's
you
just really
handled,
like,
you
what the
handled
fuck?
yourself very well, and I think something that you and I are both, unfortunately, but fortunately, we're accustomed to a bit of harassment.
We
just
are
just being
accustomed
who
to
we
it.
are naturally in our industry and modeling and what we do, and we can be walking in freaking potato sacks and we'll probably get harassed. Like that's just how it. But that's how it's been
happens, yeah.
forever, for
Yeah.
a very long time, many years. So the idea of just being harassed in general, like I think we're kind of used to it. It's
Yeah,
weird, but it's
very
also
normalized.
on a level like that when it's more of an authority versus like. What's the right word for it?
I'm a
Like
citizen.
Civil.
a civil citizen.
I'm a taxpayer
Yeah,
citizen.
exactly. As opposed to just a person.
Troll.
A troll. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was trying to be nice here. I was trying to like find a nice word. But yeah, people who just are bored and they want to, you know, harass you
Right.
and be a pain in your ass or try to get your attention and do weird shit. Like we're used to that stuff, but
Definitely.
this is a different level when it's more authority involved.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, and to me that was part of what I really didn't like is that they were an actual
Yeah.
authority. So to me, they don't have to be harsh. They can be gentle and just, man, da da da. And they could have been a lot easier going on me. But actually, you know what? To be fair, I might have set the tone a little bit.
I have a feeling you did. I love you, but I have a feeling you did. Which is good. I love that about you. No, Allie's like, she's like, fuck. She's like, yeah.
A bit of a love.
I need more
Yeah.
details.
No, but that's
How do you set
no,
the
but
tone?
it's good because I probably would have started crying or something. I'm like, whoa, look at
I'd grab your hand.
Like,
Jayla, we're out of here.
we're outta
Go.
here. Don't show them shit.
Sure, but like I don't have any drugs to sell, but I got some bracelets.
I literally,
you
oh my gosh, I so
should've.
should have just like, hey,
Well,
gift you my
I would have been like, you want to sign up for my OnlyFans?
follow me on the gram.
Follow me on the gram.
It really,
Yeah.
it is just, it's silly, but and it's
I know.
ironic, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm like the opposite of all that, and
I
then
know.
they come at me dead ass seriously.
And
They can't take a
I-
joke. That's fucking.
Well, no, I don't like the whole military. You know, they have to have like this tough mentality, and also to not to defend them, but my older brother was a sheriff for almost 25 years, and he like, and over time, and like he went through some pretty heavy shit where he he built this kind of like hard barrier around him where he was like tougher, like just tough,
just to
and
survive.
And I was like, man, I love you, but you're a fucking dick.
Yeah.
I love you, but you become a dick. And he's like, and he was like, and we got in a couple like tiffs about it, and I was like, I love you, and my brother, but you're a fucking dick. And he was like, and then like he's at like eventually, you know, he's opened up to me more, and he's talked about like you see stuff in that job, you don't see good stuff.
And it steals your light.
You don't see good stuff. Yeah, you don't see, it's not a good light. And it's, and people too, when they see that you're an authority like that, because they can put you in jail, you can get in trouble, instantly, people do not like you.
Right.
So they are always being like, they don't have good energy coming at them, right? So they do have that tough outer shell, but they're all fucking teddy bears inside. I guarantee they're teddy bears inside, they're just doing their job.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not defending, but I'm just giving you that different light on, just from my experience from my big brother turning into like being like, and he developed this hard shell, and that's just because people come at him because they have the authority to get you in trouble.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what.
You know
They come
what I
at me again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking.
Be like, give me your number. Let's just do this.
Seriously. Just call me.
Just call me. Call me.
You don't have to stalk me.
Yeah. I mean, but that's a whole, like, the whole harassment thing, like, a whole stalking level. That's a whole nother topic we could go on, like.
Oh, I know. I think that's part of why it hit me, and my immediate reaction was just kind of like, fuck this, you know?
Yeah.
Because we do get so much of that
We do, online, and, you know, getting approached, like, and I do, like, when we travel, we're just always, like, sweatsuited out, you know, and we don't care. Like, we're just baseball hat, we're going point A to B, and you know, in our makeup and chair seat, we're getting our work done, but we're not thinking about what we look like or the energy that we're really putting out there, because we're just like, we love life, we're doing this today, you know, and so I can see that making us easy targets, like something,
Definitely.
you know, people see that happiness and they feel the light and the energy, and then your beauty just radiates off of you from that energy, and so. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't think it was anything harmful. I think they honestly just thought you were hot. I think the one dude that was good looking thought you were hot, and his buddies were like, let's go see.
Dead ass serious.
I'm
That's exactly what's going on.
I'm very serious. I think he wanted some of her tail. He wanted
some of my tail or my tailbone. We'll do an episode on my actual tailbone.
He wanted both.
Yeah. I have a ridiculously extended tailbone. It's not attractive, but it is very cool. I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite things about myself, because like only 1% of the people in the world have it. Although one of my best friends, Nikki, also has it, so that's kind of ironic.
Her ass is amazing. Whatever. I know. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, it's a whole. Fuck, that's wild. It is wild. It's a very interesting thing to have experienced. I've never really been. I've been like patted down when I go through, but having the TSA pre-check, I love it. I'm like fucking, I just walk in like I own the place, you know, I'm not taking my shit off. And I actually had to extend it because I was in Chicago flying home from somewhere, and I had just a sweatshirt on, no bra, anything. You know, I didn't.
And they want you to take the
And they wanted me to take my
sweatshirt
sweatshirt off, and I was like, so you're gonna see my titties.
Yep.
Like, I'm not taking my sweatshirt off.
Right.
And they were like, next time you come through, you'll have to go through the back. And I was like, what is going on? And I get it, they're, you know, security and all that, but I think it's because they wanted to hook their brother up.
I think they've been watching you on my Instagram. They were trying to get to you.
No,
that makes as much sense as them trying to get to me, I think.
I'd be curious to see or to hear if anybody else has had experiences like this.
I'd be really interested to hear. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I know one other person who literally has been through the same thing. They just told me about it the other day. And it was because he is a traveling actor and he goes back and forth. And so I at least think that I was stopped because I travel a lot. It's like last minute a lot of times. So I do think that has something to do with it. But at the same time, like I said, 5 seconds worth of due diligence would have saved all of us a little bit of anxiety, maybe.
Well, for you, the anxiety part, absolutely. Like that's because traveling already is just, you know, it's a lot. Like you want to get to where you're going.
Yeah, and I was coming here with like shit I'm all hype about. You know?
And you're hauling ass like to make your connection or whatever.
And they took my blood pressure to the sky.
Yeah.
And I had to bring it back down consciously on my own.
Which you're good at. That's good. I know. She still brings the good light no matter what. You gotta bring the good.
I texted J-Lo immediately and she was talking me through it, keeping me cool, and I was like, oh, I got it. I'll be fine by the time I get off the plane. I'll be drunk, but I'll be alright.
No, but we would love to hear from you guys. And have you experienced anything like this? Harassment in the airport, from just the outside world. Anyone.
Let me know.
Trolls.
I'm trying to get to the
curious.
bottom of it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what I've done, how I can stop doing it. I don't ever want to be. I'm trying to be off the grid.
Mhm.
I mean, as I speak to the camera, but basically, like, consider me off the grid. Like, you might
I know.
see me here, but you won't see me anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, and it's what you obviously it's what you put out there on your Instagram, right?
Right,
It's what,
right.
It's what you want to curate and show people, and it's not, you know, your private life is separate from that Instagram life,
Correct.
you know. And I think that's also a really important thing that I treasure.
Oh yeah, we
as
gotta
well.
have that.
Yeah, and I respect that. You know, I think it's extremely important, especially because people have so much direct access to anyone and everyone. So, and when you are out and about in public and someone sees you like that, it's definitely, you have to kind of protect your energy. And
We do,
yeah.
but I tell you what, if,
Oh, yeah,
if I'm
absolutely.
CIA, if I'm Homeland Security,
Yeah.
I'm looking up every motherfucker's information that I want to know. That's all there is to it. I'm getting to the bottom of everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they have the ability to look up
Exactly.
everything and look at my credit, come over my taxes. You tell me.
Yeah, you told me. I had no idea. So.
Yeah, I'm a drug mule. Like, come on. Like, yeah. So yeah, that's
the brokest
interesting.
drug mule in the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it's really fascinating. I'm glad that it went well and you were able to get back on the plane and get here, and you know we're
Got
here,
on,
chilling,
easy
we're having a
breezy.
good time. But
Yeah.
that's really interesting. It's wild, man.
A 5-minute exchange that didn't fuck up my life. Carried on, everything's
Mhm.
fine, and
Yeah.
I didn't have a heart attack. So
Yeah. We all have those weird little exchanges or those
we have
moments
so
in
many
life where
weird
like
exchanges,
you're kind of caught off guard for a second, and then you reassess, and you're like, okay, everything's fine, it's fine. What am I gonna? So let me ask you then. Like everything that I experience that usually catches me off guard, and like I take me. Okay,
Mhm.
what am I learning from this experience to take forward? So what's your going forward? You let go. It happened. I think. Well, one, your ass needs to get the TSA pre-check. But two, like for you personally, like going forward, what's something that you feel good about taking away from that experience?
I did not pop off, motherfucker.
Love it.
Yes, I'm
She
serious.
did.
Like I straight up did
Allie.
not say shit that I have to regret. You know what I mean?
You didn't start a fight
I
with them.
did not. I didn't run. First of all,
'Cause
like
you would.
I'd be the first one
Allie,
to
what'd you say, motherfucker? What'd you say?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when our door rings at the fucking
Oh
hotel,
my god.
my
Allie's
first
like,
reaction
who the fuck
is-
is at the door? Who the fuck is at the door? And I'm like, Allie, I ordered slippers, man.
and you were right there when I ordered them. Like you knew they were coming. And
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
I got a new robe. Am I chill out, man? Okay, so I'm proud of you for that's a huge
it
takeaway.
is. Thank you. I am proud of that
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it was my second time, so
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
immediately irate,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Right. So.
Thank you. And so, but
Absolutely.
I just played it super chill,
Mhm.
and like I thought it was funny. Maybe it wasn't, but I thought.
Well,
it was
it's fun. It's nice when you know when you're in a moment like that too, and plus you're like, it is laughable.
right.
Like
it's
so,
laughable,
why
right?
not like make light of something that's really weird? Like you're like, okay, this is I feel like
It
I'm
was
in like
surreal.
I feel like I'm in like the Twilight Zone type of like some
That's
alternative
exactly right.
like you know.
Anytime I get in
parallel
those
world.
kinds of settings, even not
Yes.
just like that, but anytime I'm like
Yes.
that, I'm like like, what is reality? Even every just daily,
Yes.
I like am
Yeah.
not sure what reality is. So like when that kind of thing happens, I'm definitely like, ha ha ha, universe, like what are you doing right now? What's this all
The
about? you know?
universe is always testing us,
Always.
and you know it's how you react.
Yeah.
I'm
I
proud of you.
passed that.
You
Yes.
passed. You passed with
I
flying
hadn't even
colors,
thought about
man.
that,
You
yeah.
passed. You fucking
Mhm.
passed. And with each experience, it's just you're learning and you're growing and.
No, I feel so good about myself.
Good.
Wow.
And as you should. You know, it's these little tiny moments that you get in life, and you learn from them.
Yeah.
So, but please listen. TSA
TSA
pre-check.
pre-check.
Yes.
That's what I gotta do.
On top of it. So please let us know, give us your thoughts, your feelings on it. Do you agree with me that you think the three of the bros were hooking their brother up and trying to set Allie up? with
Just say
him?
yes. Like you can. You just
Or do you think that she was targeted because she's just a babe?
No,
you
it's
know?
the same thing.
Well, I know, but because she's a babe, that she would be like a typical drug mule. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't know that. I don't know enough about drugs to even think that that's.
Yeah, but
what's
that's
up.
like so. Well, I'm just saying. So for movies, it's like people who you wouldn't think necessarily would be. So I think maybe perhaps that could have been the other reason why you were stopped.
Well, I guess since I came in fucking sweats and the disheveled everything else, I
Yeah.
would have, actually it was kind of funny when I
Yeah.
said I'm a model. He kind of looked at me with some eyes, like he was. Yeah, I was like,
you were Allie.
I was like,
I bet you they
yeah,
already
wow.
follow her on Instagram. I guarantee they already follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, so It was a great experience.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I
We're
did
proud
well.
of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
you know, she did great. So let us know. And thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys listening to our stories. We have so many that we want to share.
I think that was the only story I have left, honestly.
You have so many, stop it. And we're gonna have more because she has to fly home, so we're gonna hear from her. Stop you on the way home. We're gonna need an update on this. So
Guys, the next time
Yeah.
that happens, I'm pulling out the phone, I'm filming, I'm going live on the Instagram.
that was the one thing I told her. Yeah, that's the one thing I told Allie. I said you should have and it's hard when something happens like that, but I was like, pull your phone out, hit the video record button or the voice memo just so you have that so you
Like,
because
hey, these are
sometimes
my new friends.
yeah, right. Or
Well,
sometimes
I know.
like you want to make sure you're not being like gaslit or like you know what I mean.
Right.
Like you want to make sure that you're like I did hear that or that did happen because that was fucking weird. Like you need your own like backup. Yeah.
That's
So
absolutely
anyways, yeah. So
Send us your
That's it.
feedback, let us know what you think, and tell us your stories. Mwah.
thank you.